Welcome back to the Rockhound Podcast, everybody. We are so happy that you're here. It seems like it's been weeks.
It has. It does seem that way.
We're so happy that you could join us, though, and we'd love to know where you're joining us from, what you're up to, how are you feeling? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to know. We have a wild show for you tonight. Seriously. Actually, it's more domesticated, unless actually your pet is wild, and therefore we're back to the wild thing. But yeah, we're gonna see some rockhound pets and some pets that rock and whatnot. And meanwhile, let's find out who is in the house. Who are you this week, sir?
My name is Edmund, and I walk sideways like some kind of crab.
Can we have a demonstration?
I would if my camera wasn't tied down to a computer, I would happily just demonstrate. I don't do the hand thing because I have human hands. It's just the walking sideways.
It's only a walking style.
I'm not weird.
Are you registered with the Ministry of the Walks?
I hope so. Because they're probably going to come after me otherwise.
Seriously, you don't want that guy coming down the sidewalk at you. Well, thank you for coming, Edmund. And Kyle, who are you today?
Well, I'm Kyle. I am no longer the man behind the curtain today. I'm wearing the curtain, so I'm still wearing green. So yeah, World of Rockhounds, and here in Oregon, it's been hot, so it's hot in the garage.
Oregon does
you sound so sad, Kyle. What's wrong?
So before we get started, I was waiting for everybody. I'm like, okay, well, I'll wait for everyone. I'll move the computer over here because I'm in the process of doing stuff, and the fan's over there.
I got you. I feel you.
I mean, I can move if Karen wants to introduce herself. I can just scoot. I can move sideways like a crab.
Walk sideways like some kind of crab.
How can I resist such an invitation as to relinquish that so that you can go ahead and move sideways like a crab? Well, I am Karen from Ozone Fine Art Adventures on the also warm Oregon coast, which is insane and fabulous. So that being said, he's so much more comfortable looking already.
Yeah. He's like a different person.
As he tours, we shall shout very quickly. We missed a couple because we had a very strange ending. And so first of all, I would like to thank Tyler of Geode Cracker and Collector, who didn't just attend one, but 2 shows for a double dose of geodes. And so when the ship went down the first time, we had some of these comments, such as from Sandmaker. He had thought he had dropped out. Val Summers was thinking solar flares. Lisa L said that we could have warned them. And
we definitely could have.
Fun.
Yeah, exactly. We definitely had the ability to do that.
Leave how you feel about that in the comments.
Yeah. I mean, technically, I could have been at the very beginning, look, before we start the podcast, we had some issues, so be warned. But I'm like, you know what? No, we're gonna live on the edge a little bit. It's gonna be fun. If people are gonna be mad at me because I could have just inputted a video beforehand, and I didn't.
Yeah, but where's the fun in that?
Yeah, the chat was super fun, and we loved the recipe that made us all very hungry. That was just, I thought that was great.
That part of the video was the ending part of that podcast took the longest to edit out of the entire thing. I think it probably worked out for 20-30 minutes, something like that. So it was
it was everything art, Kyle.
Easy. But I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna put a little extra work on the end of this. Plus, I had to look at different sounds and different pictures for everything else. I'm like, but then the effort.
I commiserate with spending an unnecessary amount of time on throwaway gags. Yeah, I appreciate that. That's like
Yes.
my bread and butter right there.
Well, and I think that those who watch at least some portion of them, that's what they love. So
Yeah,
that was
like
for you
that's
guys.
the best part.
So Blind Squirrel also blamed the sunspot. So that was a popular vote, and others were mystified as well. Like just like a one word thing. Like what? Well,
I was like, what is that one word?
for
Salsa.
instance, those words.
Hey?
And then for part deux, we Dustin Finds Rocks was saying that he needed a bigger saw. Then I guess he'd be Dustin Cuts Rocks. And then he also was saying that on a deep level, and I quote, on a deep level, it's all geodes. Call them vugs if you want, but they're all geodes.
Yeah, like if you're an ant, that vug is way bigger.
Yeah.
It's you feeling me?
Or home.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a bug for bugs.
Yeah.
Feel like we've done that before.
Yeah, it wasn't that
nice callback.
Way back in the day.
Yeah. So it's official, y'all. That's Dustin has spoken. And everyone loved the part deux, like Claude from Kalgoorlie and J&V Rockhounding Greek Explorers and Terry Haim 6055 and the Ken G. I guess a congrats is in order, that he says by the time this airs, he will have hot running water in his house for the first time since Hurricane Ian.
Wow.
Woo!
That's
cause for celebration.
He asks, can he get a woot?
I did without even being asked.
I mean, actually, hold on. I can do one better. Hang on.
Oh, it's something else is going to be great.
Man.
Go ahead and leave him a woot in the comments, you guys.
I appreciate my gut in moments like that. I was one step ahead of the woot.
Oh, look.
Ah!
Hey!
Yeah!
There, Ken, this was all for you. Oh, it seems so planned.
I know.
And so
I wish I could say it was.
Anyways, congratulations on that. Seriously, you're a better man than me. That would have been really, really hard to do. Good thing you're in Florida and not somewhere like freezing. Okay, so that all being said, them's the shouts. Thanks you guys to everybody who's in the chat right now. You know that we love you, and we love you guys over there on the Discord as well, chatting it up all week long and doing the shows and tells and submitting to this show and tell with the pets and whatnot. If you want a piece of that, then definitely send an invite request to the email that's in the description, and we will send you the invite to the Discord. And it's not too late. It's never too late to be part of the next viewer show and tell. So you can send us your Rockhound pets or your rocks or whatever. Just keep it clean. And let's go ahead and move on over to how everybody's week was and settle in, because we're going to ask Edmund first. So
man, it's been a process. So I did the math, and in the next 2 weeks, with what is coming up, I will be almost like half a year of videos out. So yeah, we're definitely going to be going back to 2 videos a week for at least a short period of time. Because like there's a bunch of stuff I'm making. I know. I was like, oh man. There's a lot of stuff that I'm making specifically for the Gem and Mineral show. And it's like, okay, but there's only like 3 or 4 weeks until then. I think it's like 3 weeks out now. So if I have like 6 projects that need to go out, and for that video, for that, like specifically for the show, and I'm posting once a week, that those numbers don't add up. So probably going to 2 a week. Been making a bunch of pendants and rings. That video should be coming out soon, specifically iris agate. Because I got asked time and time again, what can you do with iris agate? Do you just polish them and look at them, or can you actually do anything with them? The answer is there's pretty much one thing you can do with them other than look at them, and that's pendants. So whole video dedicated to Iris Agate jewelry. And then
So pretty.
yeah, well,
So,
they
so,
came
so
out so
pretty.
nice.
They really did. You
They
guys
look
can't
so
wait
good.
to see this.
Yeah, and those are all going to
Spoiler.
be for sale at the Gem Mineral Show. And everything that I don't sell at the Gem Mineral Show will be going onto my website. So yeah,
Those are gonna sell out though.
I think they are. I made like 20, and I think I'm worried that it's not going to be enough because we went to the Black Hills Sunday through yesterday. We got back yesterday and did a whole bunch of stuff. And Alexis was wearing one of them the whole time we were there. And man, we got a whole lot of comments on those necklaces. So
Nice.
I'm beginning to worry that I didn't make enough. So I'm probably gonna have to make more.
Nice.
But we had awesome trip in the Black Hills. Went to TB Canyon. Went out to the Badlands. Found all sorts of crazy agates. And I went to my favorite place on the planet, that being the Rock Shed, where I spent like I don't know 2.5, 3 hours just shopping because I love that place so much. And that's going to be a video also, just shopping. And then I think Saturday's video is going to be TP Canyon. So lots and lots and lots of awesome stuff coming from the South Dakota trip. And I don't know if we can talk about it yet. I feel like we should be able to, right? Because like will that have? I don't know, my time frame is all wrong. Well, will we be doing that before the next podcast, or is it right after?
Are you talking about next week?
Is it next week?
2 weeks. 2 weeks from now.
2 weeks from now.
Because I'm even. Are you talking about the fishies?
The fishies, yeah. I was gonna say, can we talk about the fishies yet?
I don't mind. Like,
all right, let's do it. Let's talk about the fishies. So, Kyle and I and Montana Rock Mom are going to be meeting up in Kemmerer, Wyoming, to go dig the fish quarry for fossil fish. I think that's worthy of another popper if you have one. If not, it's fine. Yeah, he was on
He
it.
was
Yeah.
ready. He was ready.
On top of that, we're also going to the Blue Forest to look for blue agonized wood. And it's going to be awesome. And it will be the first time that I have met any of the podcast crew in person. And I'm very excited about that.
I'm going to literally miss you guys by like days.
I know, it's so sad. I'm so bummed about that.
It is.
And I can't move it because
I know
there's a big family event that it's gonna
so
but
sad.
It'll be like I just picture myself standing there and calling out to you guys. And the dust is blowing and the tumbleweed goes by.
Exactly. It's so sad because like if it wasn't the whole reason for me wanting to go as soon as I did was so I could get stuff for the show. And like, but when we get back from the show, from the trip, I'll have like 6 days before the show. So it's like, if I want to do any prepping on any of those fish when I get back for the show, that's already pushing it. So it's like, man, this is literally as late as I can push it off. But it kind of hurts because we literally were like 5 days away from all three of us being in the same place at once physically, and that's a shame. We'll have to do it again.
yeah, that's just it. We're just gonna have to triangulate in a different place. It's all
Luckily,
good.
it's you two live close enough that it would be not too hard to do if I just came to Oregon. Like we could all meet up in Oregon way easier than triangulating in Wyoming.
Yeah, but I mean, how cool! Like that's gonna be super exciting. There's gonna be several channels coming out with a bunch of fish. It's gonna be good.
Heck yes, and I have my fingers crossed for what has literally been the top of my rock hounding bucket list for as long as I've been a rock hound, and that's a fossil stingray. They find literally hundreds every year in that fish quarry, and that's like, I would die a happy man in 2024 if I got my stingray.
I think we need to keep our fingers crossed so we can find at least 3, one for each of us.
Yes, exactly. Kim wants a turtle.
Like, what are the odds?
Kim wants a turtle more than anything, which makes me laugh. She's like, already picked a favorite. I've got my favorite.
Nice.
So it is important to also note that if you ever plan on traveling, book a motel in advance. Like,
yes.
We learned some lessons.
Yeah. Like what? Okay. Kemmerer is in the middle of freaking nowhere. What are the odds that there'd be a music festival the same weekend we go there? Like, what? It's like, I don't get it. Anyway, it's just such a random coincidence. So anyway, I just got back from a trip, and by the time the next podcast happens, we'll be either about to go on another trip, or we'll be back. I don't know. I don't remember what our dates line.
It's okay. A jumbled timeline is a good thing.
Time is a blur right now.
Yeah,
it's a foreign concept.
In theory, like, I think we actually should have our podcast, because I don't know if you got my message or not, but I'll bring my laptop with me, and that way we can just do our live podcast, and then I can have it edited and ready and to go that same Thursday.
Heck yeah, works for me.
Which means, Karen, I might bug you for a shouts video, so I can then put it in.
That I could do.
Yeah.
drop the cameo shouts.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. All right. Well, is that it, Edmund, or is there
for now? Yeah.
All that's worth printing at the moment.
There's so much more, but it's not
right?
Yeah. Yeah. We can just call it good at that for now.
Okay. Well, all right, Kyle, how's everything going over there?
It's hot, as Ollie would say from Family Guy. It's hot. No, but so everyone knows that I typically do my live sales on Saturdays, and I was going to this weekend, but I also want to do an in-person sale. So I figured I'll do a sale on Friday, do my Saturday live sale, and then that way I can reserve Sunday for like invoicing and everything else. I have been working since Monday. I don't think I did anything on Sunday, but Monday for sure. I've been working here in the shop, getting everything ready, and I'm not even done yet. Like, as soon as we're done with the podcast here, I'm going right back to work, getting stuff done, because tomorrow will be from 12 to 6. Saturday and Sunday will be from 10 to 4. And I'll show you just really quickly behind me. All these trays behind me. I mean, except for the amethyst displays. That clock. But all those trays, except for over here on the end, those are drilled pairs. But everything else behind me, those are all cabs.
Nice.
From all over the world. And I'm not going to price each individual cab. It's not going to happen. And then I have to go through over here and make sure everything's priced. And because I know 2 of the dragon heads, like 2 of them are priced, one's not, so I tipped it on that side so like I would know to kind of read it.
Good idea to earmark some things. Yeah.
I still have to cut up the pairs of ammonites and get those priced, and I have just a bunch of stuff that needs to be double checked. Make it as simple as possible, because I even ordered a couple like little scales, and then have the scales on the table so people can just weigh things, and I'm going to supply paper so people can write down what they're getting, and then just bring it to me, and I can just add it all up and call it good. And that's the idea anyway. I'm tired. Like, it's just so much work.
I feel you there.
I thought it was going to be simple as like slap things down, calling it good, but no, I literally emptied out all the shelves. Like, this is probably the emptiest my shop's been, in theory. I mean, aside from this, like, in that shelf that was outside, but it's all my equipment's not in here. It's all somewhere else. So sorry, it's a weird angle, but yeah. And everything's gonna stay in the garage. I'm not gonna mostly everything. I still have to go through the pile, get the rough stuff out on another shelf, push that outside when it comes time for the sale.
Wow.
But yeah, that's the whole reason why I switched gears from doing it from one day to doing it all weekend. I'm like, I'm putting all this time in to get everything set up and ready. I'm like, I'm not gonna do this for one day. I need to have 3 days to make up for as much time, because the goal was before our trip was to do this, get everything set up, get everything ready. Also, like, get some lapidary projects done. I've already put the lapidary projects on hold for the most part until after this week, because I have some other stuff I have to go do that's not rock related. I'm like, yeah, chances are I'm gonna wait till I get back to get everything done, because I'm cutting it close.
Man, yeah, you don't want your pile to be too high.
No,
yeah.
My to-do list is already a mile long. Like, I'm like, okay, this stuff can wait. And luckily, I'm so happy that everyone that I work with, as far as like laboratory projects, everyone's pretty lax about timelines, and I'm very happy about that, because I'm like, I can't do rush projects anymore. Like it's tough. It's
Oh yeah. Yeah, like just regular timeline projects are difficult to make it in a time in which you feel is fair. I'm constantly like that's one of the things that keeps me up at night. Like I'll put my head on the pillow and be like, is it okay for me to sleep right now? Because I've got this and that needs to be done and they're waiting, and
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
it's a good problem to have, that people want your work, and that's a good thing. So I'm sure this show is going to be great.
Yeah, I hope so. And it kind of sucks, because at the moment that I posted the advertising, I saw a different post on another group that someone here in the same town had someone pretty much on the property, get on the property and steal the rocks.
Ew.
And I'm like, I hope that's not the case, because like I put a lot of work into this, and yeah, I have a bunch of cameras, but that doesn't stop people. We have a spotlight right in our front porch, and someone got in Amy's car. It didn't stop them, because they didn't even look for the cameras. They just like, oh, got in.
I think it was a long time ago on a podcast, I recommended you get turrets.
Turrets.
I think
that's hilarious. What comes out of the turrets? Like,
I mean, probably Orbeez. I would hope Orbeez.
Boba, like from the boba tea.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
that's a good deterrent. I'm just saying.
I think even like the automated water sprinklers that are like motion activated, I think those are even like a good
yeah, but put dye in them. Like bright red dye. There's no getting away from that,
or even UV reactive.
I'm just saying, I'm all for booby traps. I think they should be more mainstream.
Edmund's whole house is kind of like something from the Temple of Doom, or
exactly.
There's a great big rock
Don't touch
that rolls
anything.
Down the stairwell.
We have pressure plates everywhere.
So what you're saying is what you're saying is I should make a sign that says this home is protected by booby traps.
Yeah, exactly.
Give it that.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure booby traps are actually like legal in a lot of states.
Wow.
Non-lethal booby traps. So what I'm saying is everyone should have more booby traps. Like
a huge net, like in Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, exactly.
Goes up in the tree.
Non-lethal deterrents. I'm saying.
Can you imagine what you'd get in the morning? You're like,
yeah,
drinking your coffee. Like,
yeah, it's like, another one. Dang, Girl Scouts.
I mean, I've considered actually putting packages with cat poop on the porch.
Oh, just go full Mark Rober.
Yeah.
Yeah, glitter bombs and all.
They'll find out eventually what's inside. It's free.
Yeah, have it. Nice.
But that was my week. So, Karen, what you got?
Big thank you, Kyle. It's been summer on the coast. I don't even know what to say, because we have it so rarely. And if you've been here during the summer, you probably know that it is very windy during the summer. So when you think you're about to like have a warm beach day, you get thoroughly exfoliated by, 20 to 40 knot winds. And this is really super good news for our habit that we've formed. We're doing the wing foiling thing, and so it's just been a blast. I have been doing rock things as well. So when it's not been blowing, when the sun's shining, that is carving weather, or any messy rock job that you like to take outside. And so I've been having some great fun drilling and carving and cutting and that sort of thing. And you're going like, hey, Karen, where's the videos? And so, yeah, they're going to come out like Edmund was talking about having just all these videos pent up. So do I, but they're not edited because somebody's got to get the duct tape out to get me to sit in this chair and do it.
Yeah.
When the sun is shining and it's fun outside. So I've got a lot of material, and I'm sorry that I haven't produced something here. I'm doing the lives. And so some videos are going to be coming out soon. Thank you for being patient. And yeah, there's stuff that's landing in on the website. So if you kind of want to see what I've been up to, I've been trying to be better about blogs because I can do that kind of at night when I'm falling asleep. And so I've been writing a couple blogs, and you can see kind of where we've been doing the fun and the splish splash and that sort of thing. And so check that out if you're curious. And otherwise, hopefully here in the next week or two, I'm going to be blasting you with some videos, and you'll be like, enough. So that's pretty much been the wholesale effort of my last couple of weeks. And so that actually leads us into the pets. And so we've got a fair amount of rock pets in our rock community. Of course, we've got everybody knows Jared's Leica from Currently Rockhounding. And because I have healers, I always remember Ash, who was actually Jared's dog from Cliff Walker Rockhounding. And so, RIP, and we're thinking of you and your dog. And then of course we have the Matrix from the Crystal Collector, and yours, of course. So let's get on with that. Edmund, do you want to get us started off?
Which one was first?
Either one that you want to start with. How's that?
Okay, that works.
So many options.
This one is close to home for me, mainly because me and this dog we're like this. We're super tight. She gets crazy excited to see me every time, and I get equally excited to see her. And of course, I'm talking about KatyDid Rocks and Kava. So KatyDid says, "Hi, what a cool idea. Here are a few photos and a link to a YouTube video of Kava with Jim's cat, Kabuki." And I've seen pictures of her cat, and that is a gigantic cat.
I like
Kava,
the name too.
Yeah, Kava's a giant sweetheart. Love that dog.
And if you've been watching the videos, of course, over on her channel, we get a good shot of Kava on the fair occasion. So
Yep.
Yeah, good doggy.
Yeah, she's awesome.
All right. And we've seen the pictures.
Yeah,
they exist. they have been displayed, I assume. In post.
All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing, Kate. That's awesome. And Kyle, how about you?
Next up, we have Chris's dogs. So Chris from Roof Rotisserie Rockhound. He sent us in some pictures of his puppies. I'm spacing the name on the doggos because he didn't put the names in the email.
He's shouting in the chat right now.
Well, if they're not included, you're allowed to just say whatever you want. So we'll just go with Little Dougie. Little Doug.
Dudes.
Little Doug.
Dog one, dog two.
Yeah, put that down in the comments so that people reading along can pick up that name, Chris, if you wouldn't mind. And those are such cool dogs, though. I know, I love them. I love the looks of them, but I love some of the things that Chris engages them with during some of his videos. They always put on a good show. So some talented poochies, and definitely go watch, and I'm sure you'll get an eyeful of them. So thank you. And that would leave me with Cindy. She's next up, and this is Buck. And Buck is her rock hounding partner for 7 years, and Buck is a border collie. And do we love the herding dogs or what?
I didn't get that picture.
I think you had to click on the little attachment marker for that one. I think
what?
he sent it from like a non maybe
I
Gmail
gotcha. I was
acquiescent.
like, that one's not
thing.
in here.
Yeah. So at any
I love
rate,
collies.
yeah, we gotta love these
Yeah.
herding dogs, and a retriever mix as well. So
Mhm.
Buck weighs 50 pounds for scale on a limestone boulder, which is awesome because you know this hound hounds and rocks. So thank you so much, Cindy, for sharing your lovely Buck. What a great looking dog. All right, so let's go back to Edmund. Who's next?
Next is Rick Dotson. Datsun?
Rick.
I'm assuming
Yeah,
Dotson.
Datsun.
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 Hey everyone, this is Paisley. Rest in peace. She really loved the water and had an obsession for going underwater and bringing up these huge rocks. Her brother Haggard, rest in peace, also loved the water, but mainly was at knee level looking for minnows. Hope it all is well with you all. Your podcast rocks. Thank you so much for that. And
Yeah,
I love
rock and
the
roll
underwater
Rockhound.
pictures. Just make me so happy.
Yes.
That is so great.
Definitely looks like having the time of his life there.
Like
Yeah.
that is just pure joy.
Or that would be sweet.
I imagine when the dog was saying, "Look what I got! Look what I got!"
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so does anybody else's dogs catch minnows?
No, but mine is part alligator. If you watch my videos, you've definitely seen Dante do that all the time. Like every time we go to the river.
Wow. Dante does this?
Yeah, you can literally
Nice.
click on any of my Yellowstone River videos from the last year, and they all start the same way because every time we get close to the water, she runs straight into it, walks up, like lays down, and then it's just her head sticking out, and then she'll like put her nose down, so it's like just her nostrils above the water, and that's how she just starts every single trip to the river with just like crawling through. So we call her a gator. She's our croc dog.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Crocodile. Well, thank you for that, and thank you, Rick. And Kyle.
And then up next week, she got our friend Ken over there in Florida. So he's got a cute little kitty cat, Ambassador Birdie, a bold, says, "Send more rocks. She needs more boxes. Only then she can rest." Cute cat.
Oh yeah, yeah. All sorts of cute going on there. And I'm sure that they're going to be super happy about the water too.
Probably not.
Well, not the cat, I guess. Well,
Yeah.
drinking water is nice.
I know that some cats like water, but like most of them, not so much.
No. My cat used to play, like if you were doing something and the faucet was on, like if you're filling a pot or something like that, she'd get up on the counter and just feel like, oh, yeah. This is so much fun.
Yeah.
And then like
angrily shaking the water off.
Yeah,
the
there's
ball,
something
like,
on my
how did this happen?
Like. Yeah. Ridiculous. Thank you, Kyle and Ken. And Lauren sent in her beautiful pooch. So she was putting out the rock hounding buddy Abby, and she is 10 years old and an Alaskan Husky, or Australian Shepherd.
Oh, that's such a cool mix.
Oh, wait for it, and Mastiff. Like, this is an amazing looking dog. Yeah, and like big smoochy kisses and everything.
Those are three breeds I adore.
Right. Yeah, and like each having like a very unique, like, the Huskies are going to sing to you, and like the Shepherds are super smart and they do awesome things, and then the Mastiff, I mean, like depending on what qualities you get, like such cool things.
I was gonna say I've owned two of those three dogs, and then Alexis's aunt has had Mastiffs, and she usually dog sits for her. So English Mastiffs are some of the coolest dogs you'll ever meet. We had a Siberian Husky, and I have three. Australian Shepherds. I lose
Yeah.
track. So I am all for that mixture of dogs. That is
Trying to
awesome.
collect them all.
Yeah, exactly.
So as far as the pictures went, she's at Taylor Creek in Scioto, Oregon, where there's some like nice petrified wood.
Just say,
just say,
do with that information what you will.
And then and that was for some 4th of July celebrations, so quite recently, I guess. And creek hunting on the side, of course. I wonder what she was looking for. And then Colorado Hill in Alpine County, California. Like that's a bunch of different places. And so Lauren, thank you so much. She's the Sierra Hounder. That makes sense. Alpine. Okay. And what an awesome looking pooch. I mean, it sounds like there would be like plenty of families on this podcast alone that, would adopt your dog if it
Yeah, pretty much.
So let's see. Is that it, you guys? We have hours, right? And so
yeah, I thought, it's probably good because I have like a small zoo, so probably good. It's a little shorter because getting them all to sit still long enough to actually show them in person, because Alexis has all the pictures on her phone. My camera sucks on my phone, so I don't actually have many pictures of them on my phone. So I can go get them.
Well, you could do that, or you could just have some pictures sent to Kyle.
Well, so Molly and Floyd, I know I can't get up here, but I know I can get Dante and Cyrus. So let me go retrieve them really quick.
Yeah, Dante and Cyrus are seriously, or Dante at least is always up in the podcast.
She's my little princess, and she knows it.
we get a good look at Dante most podcasts.
Yeah, we're actually considering getting her actually like registered as a support dog, like legally, because she does all the things already. All right, I'll be right back. Let me grab her.
And while he's splitting really quick, because Kurt couldn't be on this evening, and we're sorry that we're missing him, he's going to come back with his cats, and so we will be doing another pet show. And so send your pets in. It's not too late. If you've got a rock hounding goldfish, or a parakeet, or a crocodile, or whatever it is, we want to see it. Go ahead and toss it in our inbox, which that email address is in the description, and we'd love to share your pet the next time. And it's okay if your pet is a rock, because that's a thing. And so go ahead and send us that little brief description or whatever. And so while he's he's back. Excellent.
He's back.
And there's Dante.
We gotta do this.
Kisses. Oh, there. We always get the profile because she's like super high centered on like being with you, but she actually did the audience.
Yeah, that's because I brought her up, so she's where I normally sit. She's daddy's girl for sure. She's my little princess.
Oh, there's so much fur to scratch. It's so good.
She is just like petting a cloud.
Yeah. And she looks like it too. She's like, I'm a cloud.
Yeah, she is. She's like literally the embodiment of the word sweet. Yeah. She's my little princess.
Oh, she's so sweet.
Aren't you, sweetie? Yeah, you sure are. Okay, I'm gonna go get oh gosh, let me get Cyrus. No, don't. No. Not on the laptop.
Just fades away.
Right. Like, the camera's off and like total terror happens. Hey Kyle, do you want to share while Edmund is scurrying?
Oh yeah, I can throw up a picture of Tucker right here.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
I mean, he's not necessarily a rockhound, but he's a cat, and sometimes he's got a stone personality.
There we go. He's a stone cold cat.
Come here.
Yeah, we love him. I think he was born the same year that Amy and I were married, so he's about 10 years old now.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Oh, we got dog.
Yeah, we got dog.
We got a Cyrus. I forgot to say. So Dante is a purebred Australian Shepherd. Cyrus is half mini Aussie, half rat terrier.
Oh, wow.
So
such an interesting blend there.
He's got all the smarts of the Aussie and all the attitude of the terrier. So what you get is a dog that is more human than any dog I've ever known in my life, who understands human speech to a frightening degree. Are we gonna?
Yeah. Does he hunt? Does he have the rat terrier thing going?
He actually doesn't at all. I'd say he's way more Aussie than terrier in his personality. It's really just that little bit of sass that he got from the terrier.
They are sassy dogs.
The terrier made him sassy. Everything else about him is very Aussie though.
Nice.
Yeah, so Floyd and Molly aren't going to be able to come up here, but this one, we got him 2 weeks ago, and he's already huge.
Getting bigger.
Yeah, definitely filling in.
Yeah.
So what kinds of personality traits are we seeing, or is it mostly just getting?
Dude, he's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
He's so chill, but when he's not chill, he's a little tornado. Like he literally flip-flops between tearing the house apart and just purring snuggles all the time. Like he's either the sweetest animal alive or he's just a little monster.
He's like, look at me.
I see he's being chill right now. I bet. I lit a pip.
Cute.
And his black is fading. He's getting like super, super silver.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
And we are doing the same thing we did with our last cat. Oh, he's going to try fighting me now. We learned that if you mess with them when they're kittens and you like fold them up and like hold them however you want, you get a cat that it will never have an issue being picked up. Like I can hold my other cat however the heck I want. She does not react in the slightest. Where is Liv? Speaking of.
And while you're searching, I had gone by, I think it was your dad's site, or maybe it's just the business site for you guys.
Yeah.
And there were pictures of cats.
Yeah, so we have 3 shop cats up front. Yeah.
Yeah, that is so cool. Gorgeous cats too.
Yeah, we've got at the shop we have Gibby, Darwin. Gibby is Gibson because my dad is a luthier.
Yes.
Darwin, who we weren't supposed to have, but ended up getting for my sister when they moved and couldn't take him. And then Mina, who is just this giant. Queen? Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Darwin is kind of our mascot because he greets everyone and is just the sweetest, most outgoing cat you'll ever meet. Like total strangers come in and he's just automatically walking up and snuggling. This is my little princess, Olivia.
Hello.
Hi, sweetie. Awesome. You're going to snuggle in? Okay. You can just, we can just sit right here. Yeah. She is my little leopard kitty.
Aw, so pretty.
Hey, sweetie.
Nice. Oh, look at those eyes. I love those ocean green eyes.
Yeah, she's
a little bit of Florida.
Mm-hmm. What's up, big girl? Or are we just going to nuzzle for the rest of the show? Okay. That works. Hi, sweetie.
She's so enjoying herself.
Yeah, well, when she was a kitten, she and her litter mates were left in a dirty box at 3 a.m. in the winter in front of the animal shelter. No. So they all developed it's like cat mono. So they had to be like she gets sick really, really easily because of it. So she's kind of a special needs kitty, but because she's special needs, she's like the sweetest cat you'll ever meet because she was just so, I don't know, around people at such an early age. This cat picked me. So when like 9 years ago, one of my cats died. And ever since then, I wanted to find another Siamese because I loved that cat so much. So I went into a shelter like 2 years later trying to find a Siamese. Didn't have one, so I started to walk out. Right by the door, the last cage right by the door, I feel a hook in my shoulder. And I look over, and this little tiny kitten has hooked onto my arm. And I was like, okay, that's a sign. Can I like look at this cat? And I took her out. She immediately starts rubbing on my face, biting on my hat, holding on to my face with her paws, and they're like, yeah, she's never done this with anyone before. I was like, all right, she's coming
Whoa.
home. I'm getting her right now.
And she saved you from another Siamese.
Yeah. Oh, I loved my Siamese.
Boy,
I
some of them
loved him.
though.
Oh, he was a very simple cat. I loved him so much.
That's
He was
awesome.
all personality, but he was also like, there wasn't a whole lot going on in that cat, but he was so cool.
Aw. They can be a handful. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can.
Bye, Liv. Are we done?
Thank you.
Okay,
Thanks
bye,
for sharing those, guys.
Yeah.
And
I'll have Alexa send me pictures of Floyd and Molly. Floyd is probably the one you see most in my videos by a wide margin, because Floyd is literally my shadow. So wherever I go, he is right behind me, at least 6 feet within range of me at all times. So
or like directly on what you want to get. Like,
exactly. Yeah.
That's when you hear his name. Like I knew Floyd before any of the other dogs.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like you're constantly having to talk to him.
Yeah, exactly. Floyd is always with me. Like always, always, always. If Dante's my Velcro dog, Floyd is my shadow. And Floyd is a Sheltie Aussie poodle. So 3 insanely smart breeds, which is probably not a good thing because he is too smart for his own good.
Awesome dog. Super
and
awesome dog.
We actually don't know what Molly is, but we're pretty sure she is a small Munsterlander, which is an awesome breed. They're so cool. And I've looked at so many pictures and all of their characteristics. And it's like, yeah, I'm 90% sure that's what she is. We're actually going to do a DNA test on her because she's one of the coolest freaking dogs I've ever met. She's so awesome. Nice. She was a foster fail. She was my sister's and her husband's. And when they moved, just like the cat, they couldn't take the dog with. But the funny thing there is the 3 years that they had her, every time I went over there, I wouldn't even talk to my family. I'd be just playing with Molly the whole time. And every time I'd say, I'm going to steal this dog one day. So when they moved, they're like, yeah, well, we know where Molly can go. I was supposed to hold on to her long enough for them to get another place and take her back. And then, yeah, it's no, she's not going anywhere anymore.
Nice.
Way too attached with the house and the other dogs.
Sweet.
Yeah.
All right. So that's the bulk of the animals in the house that you know of.
That's all of the ones that I'm aware of.
All right.
I have a shop aquarium and a home aquarium as well.
Ooh. Yeah.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Are we being liquid right now?
Aquariums are awesome.
Just limp. Hello, sir. Oh, he's just purring. Hi, little man. Here.
That's great.
Let's hang out for the rest of the show.
Yeah. Little parrot cat until
he's done. Yeah.
Hey, wait, I saw something shiny over there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. And well, thank you for that, Edmund. And we cut into Kyle's story. And so, did you want to continue on, Tucker?
Oh, it's okay. Everyone knows who Tucker is.
Well, Tucker is awesome, and so thank you for that. And yeah, we have kind of a smaller than Edmund's menagerie, but we start with Lily, who is the original, the OG Rockhound for us. Firstliest puppy that I ever got, so it was really exciting to bring her home. And I don't know if all dogs do this, but all 3 of mine did ever since the get-go. They would steal rocks, and so yeah. I would be looking at something, or I brought her right away down to the beach to go rock hounding. And if I was gonna get something, she was gonna try to get it first. And sometimes if she got it first, she would take it off someplace and try to lose it in the gravel, find some big juicy blue agate and nope, there it goes. And so yeah, she was a rock hound for sure, right from the get-go. And then we have Ochiko, and Ochiko is also a healer. I don't think I said that about Lily. If you've seen some of our videos, Lily's in quite a few, and then Ochiko's in some. And some of them, I had to leave those guys home because they love to talk and they want to be part of the video. And so unfortunately, like I did get comments. Yeah, I loved everything about it except for the dog that was barking, or people talk about how their dogs talk back to our dogs like all the way through the video, which I understand might not be the very best thing. But so Ochiko, he is also a phenomenal rock hound, and he actually he ate the rocks. And so that was kind of scary. Like I lost sunstones to him actually, and I didn't exactly know what was going to, like what they were. I thought maybe that Ochiko was taking the sunstones to just a different part of the house and that I would find them at some point. And then yeah, something funny about Oregon and rain. So like you find out what's in the contents of some things, when the rain kind of washes and oh my
It's a sparkly turd.
There are my sunstones in the pile. And so yeah, so he was a rock hound also. And then we have a Wahi, which is actually the love child of those two. And he loves to take rocks, and if he has at all an opportunity, he'll try to chew them, but he does not eat them, which is really awesome. And so I just found out that he's actually one of my favorite rock hounds because Lily and Ochiko will walk like right over the top of a snake. We've watched it happen. And so they're a little bit on the oblivious side for dogs. Like usually, a dog's got like that instinct on snakes. And especially when we go to the desert, you want them to have that because we have dangerous snakes in the desert, not so much out here on the coast. In fact, zero poisonous snakes whatsoever. And maybe that's the problem. But there was a little garter snake in our garden, and a Wahi like stopped, and the tail was like straight up, and the garter snake like moved a little bit, and he jumped back, and on the jump back the garter snake noticed him and turned around and like got into this teeny weeny strike pose. And Awahi did all the right things. He like backed up, and and I was like, it's okay, because we were going to go for a walk. And so I took him, I was like, go around, and he did. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I can trust this dog in the desert, not only to save himself, but also he's going to pick up on things so that I know ahead of time too. And so
that's a really, really good thing to have, because that's how, none of the other ones, they're all pretty oblivious, but Cyrus can smell snakes from a mile away.
Oh, that's awesome.
He has warned us off of many, many rattlesnakes, and we usually don't. It's like, dude, why are you being weird? Like, antsy, like, what's going on? Why do you keep trying to shove us away from this spot? And then like we'll be at a lake, and then shortly after I finally am like, okay, dude, let's walk away. You'll see the rattlesnake swimming across the little channel, and it's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's happened like at least a dozen times with Cy.
That's outstanding. Because, when I used to live in Arizona, which actually today is my anniversary for moving here. So, yay.
Nice.
And so back then I didn't have dogs, but I would hear about like people's dogs getting bit by rattlesnakes and dying and all that kind of stuff. So sad. Yeah. So we keep the Benadryl in our bag, and it's supposed to be children's Benadryl. And so at any rate, though, I'm a little relieved because like Lily has walked over the top of big bull snakes that are like cruising slowly across the trail. And it's just like, dude, not just seeing. A lot of times, the bull snakes will look a lot like a rattler, and so you're just like, I don't want you to get bit before we know it's a rattler, or hear the telltale, and then we're all frozen and wondering what to do, and don't go after it. So
well, it's extra good because Dante gets all anxious because she's heard rattlers like seriously the last 3 times we went out, 2 times. The last 2 times we've been out rock hounding this summer, we've run into rattlesnakes. It's been like 4 years since we've seen rattlesnakes, and we saw rattlesnakes 2 times in a row. And Dante hears the rattle and she gets the heck out of there. Sai knows beforehand that there's a snake and we should not be going in that direction. But Molly and Floyd are both hard of hearing, so it's like extra scary because they can't even hear that warning sign. So we really appreciate when Cyrus lets us know ahead of time that there's a reason to not go in that direction.
Right on. All right. Oh yeah. And so Owahi and Ochiko named after rock hounding spots as well. And then we have Goozy, and Goozy is a duck. And everybody has a house duck, right?
No. And then a duck.
And then there's the duck. And so Goozy is actually named after a motorcycle, and that duck was just part of the flock of ducks, and we had some predation disasters. This duck wants to be one of the dogs, comes into the house and everything. So we're trying to allay that, and we're getting her some more friends so that she can go back to being a duck. But like at this time, she will like walk straight up to me and lie down so that I give her scritches. Like, yeah, she is.
Ducks are so cool. Yeah. I love ducks.
Oh my gosh, she's an Ancona duck. And so each of those has different markings, kind of like a Dalmatian. Like their spots happen, and they have different amounts of color. And so yeah, she's just an individual. She is unique. And
I love ducks. Love her. Yeah, I've heard that ducks are awesome. If you only have a handful of them, like they get super, super, super personable.
Yeah. And she was actually given to us because we had a hatchling here, but only one. And so, one of my friends that also has ducks was like, oh, I have an oddball too. She needs a friend. And so we got Goozy, and she's just been like attached ever since. They either bond with you or they don't. But this one, like, oh, yeah. So that's our menagerie. I actually feel bad when we go like places with all the dogs and we're not like bringing the duck to
the duck with.
She's all
give the duck a little harness.
I know. Right?
We actually got a harness for him, and we're starting to harness train him.
That's great.
So this might be a rock hounding cat at some point, because we've done a whole lot of research, and we're like 99% sure he is a black smoke Maine Coon, which means he could be anywhere from 15 to 25 pounds when he's full grown, which would put him heavier than Cyrus.
Oh my gosh.
Look at this droopy little man. He's 13 weeks, and his arms and feet are just enormous already.
Yeah, definitely looking like a Maine Coon.
He's so cool.
Yeah, what a great looking cat.
He's been literally attacking my knees this entire time. Yeah, he's going to be super handsome when he's full grown, but you shouldn't do that in a hurry.
It's going to happen pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine.
Theo's down.
He's full alien on you.
He's a full face hugger. Alexis, can you take the monster?
Actually, can you imagine like that much cat, like when full grown, doing the same thing? Like...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're trying to break him of the bad habits, like climbing up our legs. Luckily, whenever he goes for like the face, there's no claws or teeth. It's just like the little pats, the little playful pats. But I wanted to keep it ow, sir.
For that time.
No, he goes after my hands and arms like crazy, because usually I wrap my hand in a blanket and I'll just like go after him so he can like go full out. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I had those like creepy bedtime slippers that you can buy that have like the toenails and they're like animal feet. Yeah. And so my cat absolutely was like voracious for them. Like best thing ever. And so, they were really super thick. And so I'd just attack her with them, but then you had to watch your feet, or, your stockinged feet, like this, and she's still going to go after you. But it's like,
he started this thing when it only does it if I'm wearing my pajama pants, but he'll just latch onto my leg and just like gnaw on my knee with reckless abandon. And it's like, I've never known an animal to
Triggered
do
by
that.
the
Yeah,
pajama
it's like, literally, if I'm wearing anything else, he won't do it. It's only if I'm wearing my pajama pants. And then he just latches on, and like, I have to kick him out of the room because he'll just sit there and gnaw on my knees.
Wow, I'd like
It's the most
retire
red-
those pajama pants, maybe.
There's,
Turn them into some like leather chaps or
yeah,
something.
exactly.
We need to make you a shirt now that says "I used to be an adventurer like you until I took a cat to the knee."
Cat to the knee, yes. He's been awesome so far, though.
That's cool. Well, I think we've done the pets. Do you have wisdom? Edmund, do you have wisdom?
Get a pet.
Yeah.
Like, straight up. I have been a pet person. Like, I know that sounds like an over the top, like, you know, like that's just me joking around. But no, I'm dead serious. If you don't have a pet, get a pet. There's an animal out there for every single person. Rescuing is one of the best things you can do. And I don't know.
They had three-toed sloths at the rescue.
Oh my gosh, I love sloths.
Aren't they great?
They're so cool. I don't know. I'm very, 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 very much an animal person. Like, before I found rocks, I actually really wanted to be a biologist. So I have like a plethora of useless animal knowledge. And I don't know, like just having animals around, it's good for the soul. It really is.
Totally.
Especially if there's a different kind of animal for every kind of person. It's like, if you want a literal best friend, get a dog. If you want someone just to keep you company at home, I know everyone says cats are jerks, but they really aren't actually. Like, deep down, they do love you, but they're also very self-sufficient.
Yeah, just their terms.
If you don't want to have to like take care of something, get a cat, because then you just gotta put food and water in the dish. That's it. They'll do the rest themselves. They're pretty dang independent most of the time. Most of the time. If you don't want to do either of those things and are fine looking at pretty swimmy things, get a fish. If you want a toddler for 80 years, get a parrot.
Yeah.
And if you are in Texas, get a capybara because it's legal. You don't even need permits.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just don't get tigers. Yeah. Put the cap on that.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, thank you for your wisdom, Edmund. I think that's awesome. How about you, Kyle?
I completely forgot about words of wisdom. It's just I've been out of loop for a little while.
It's in that basket behind you over there.
Which one? There's
yeah, right.
Lots.
Just when in doubt, from
2.
Yeah. At year 5 of the podcast, we'll have formed a full sentence.
Like Sesame Street.
Yeah, but you'll have to like unjumble it because so far we have from 2, which those don't seem to fit together, but who knows? We'll get there.
I guess for words of wisdom is, I mean, for those that are in kind of like warmer climates, drink a lot of water and cut back soda. I'm like,
he says while I'm drinking a soda.
I'm just saying. So like I'm struggling right now. I've been trying to cut back on soda like pretty hard, and it's not easy. It's super hard. And so like I not sponsored, by the way, but I need something like fizzy, something that might taste good, and while it's cold. So I got these bubbly things, and like I bought this just today. It's like orange cream. I'm like, oh, this should taste pretty good, and actually, it's not bad. I would rather have a soda. But this is probably the best healthy alternative I can have aside from just drinking straight up tap water. But yeah, I would say just drink a lot of water for the heat, and then if you're trying to be more health conscious, just cut back on soda, which is again, it's not easy.
It's not. I'm kind of upset about this place right here because I love them so much. Soda station. So they do like, you make your own soda. I had cut soda out of my diet like entirely, and then I tried these for the first time, and I'm so hooked. It's ridiculous.
Not affiliated.
Like I need 1 or 2 a week. Like they're amazing. So like this, for example, is Sprite with peach, watermelon, and raspberry flavoring, and it's amazing. It's so good. Sitting here just like hugging it. I get a 44 ounce like twice a week because they're so good.
Yeah. That was my
also. Yeah, sorry.
No, you go ahead.
I was literally just gonna say the days I drink this, I'm actually drinking less coffee, which I guess it balances out. I probably shouldn't drink as much coffee as I do either. Yeah, I mean it's probably better for my heart to not drink as much coffee as I do.
Fair point.
Is coffee bad for our hearts? Oh no.
It's like only when you drink a gallon of it a day like I do.
Yeah. Well, then I switched to tea, but it also has caffeine in it.
Yeah. I actually was reading something about that. Like, sorry, last tangent, I promise.
Right.
Black coffee in small doses is actually really like not a bad thing at all for you. It can actually be very good for you. It's just when you don't have a bunch of it. It's actually all the cream and sugar that makes it bad for you. Like a cup of black coffee a day is actually like really good for you.
I like my
exactly. That's my problem. 1 cup. That's funny.
It's like in a shot glass.
It's like, well, I must be in trouble because I drink like a pot a day. But all right, we'll work on this at some point. I'm not ready yet.
You work on it one less cup at a time.
Yeah, exactly.
Man,
I just gotta get a smaller Yeti.
Yeah, just like people would think that the zombie invasion had, commenced because
that's gonna have to be like a fall project.
Fall.
Project.
Yeah. Nice.
I'm too busy to give up the coffee at the moment.
No, it's not gonna.
It's like my lifeline at the moment.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Kyle, for your words. And Edmund for your tangents and
for your nonsense words,
etc. and so forth.
And,
my words of wisdom. Give your pet a kiss and give him some love and stretches. You don't know how long you have with them. And it goes by fast. Take them rock hounding, and if they can't go rock hounding, then bring the rocks back to them. Plunk them in the aquarium or in. Yeah.
Take your goldfish. Take your koi rock hounding with you.
So I have like the fake koi pond, right? I have like goldfish in there that are just big. And I fish a few out every time because if we get like a raccoon predation situation, I want to have some to keep the progeny thing going. Although we try to keep them safe. And so we have some inside, and they have the prettiest aquarium. Because that there's like they have the finest Pride A plumage.
Exactly. I've got a bunch of rocks in mine too.
Because I mean the whole thing like, and then it encourages me to like get the green out, hey, wasn't that a good rock?
Yeah, exactly. Makes you clean regularly.
At any rate, those are my words. Just love on those and just get all the love to accept all those kisses and everything. And
tell them I say hi.
Yeah, time is short.
Yeah.
And so
your cat, I said
yeah. You say hi to all the cats every week, don't you? Pretty much.
Has anyone been seeing those videos where like how to speak cat? Like anyone else in like chat. So like one's like to tell your cat come here and be like or the other one was like food is like something like that.
No, I haven't seen those. I'm gonna have to look at those.
I've been trying to get Tucker to kind of like be like and then like see if he'd come here. He doesn't care. Like he's like
yeah, we need to start doing that with Pippin. Olivia is weird because she already, like, if you call her name, you could be in the other room and just be like, "Hey, Liv, come here." She'll just immediately run over. She's trained. I think it's because she was the only cat for a long time around 4 dogs. So I think she thinks she's more dog than cat. She just weird things like that.
We should try it out right now. Be like, and see if they show up.
She's just like determinedly.
What did you just call me?
Her ear just like cocked sideways for a second.
She's
And
like,
then it's like, dude, I know what you're saying. Like, you can just, it's like, use English.
That'll be funny though if people in chat right now are like, "Hey, you did that. My cat's like showed up."
Yeah, exactly. I go outside
There
and
you
there's
go.
just cats everywhere.
The cats are watching the podcast in the big
Yeah,
screen.
I just summoned them.
So yeah, if you've got pet stories for us, leave them in the comments, or definitely send those pet photos and videos and whatnot to our email, and we will include them on the next viewer pet Rockhound show and tell. And is that a wrap, you guys?
That's right.
Yeah, I think finally. That's
After
like the longest
countless
outro ever,
connections.
because I'm just like, I read this thing. Sorry, my brain is so fried today. Like, I'm still exhausted from getting back yesterday.
Oh, I bet. Yeah. Wheels
so
are
that's my
still
bad.
spinning.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, we thank you all for joining us this evening and making it all the way to the end. And Kyle came out from under the curtain, or from behind, I guess, not necessarily under. And he's going back under. On behalf of all of us, thank you so much. We love you. Leave us a comment, hit our Discord, and we will see you in a couple of weeks. Cheers and happy rock hounding. Get out there.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.